Friends, welcome you all on the behalf of Rahul Biology Tutorials. So as you know that I am Rahul and this is somewhat around my channel whose name is actually what? Whose name is actually the here mate of the Rahul Biology Tutorials. So now we are going to study about the many of the different types of the components as well as the particular topics which are literally belonging from what? Which are literally being belonging as well as coming under the case of the animal kingdom. As well as when we are talking about these cases, so these are oftenly being asked in terms of your what? In terms of your Neet, of in the Aiims, of in the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So today we are going to study about what? So we are going to study about the animal kingdom, of course, as well as we will be understanding about what? As well as we will be understanding about the different types of the hint or either the characteristics feature by what we could do, by what we could particularly perform, by we could particularly understand the different characteristics features, as well as what? As well as we are having the unique trick to remember all these in terms of one of the sequence as well as the event. So particularly remembering the different types of the phylum. So we are having the unique types of the characteristics as well as what? As well as the tricks in it. Remember? So here we are having here minute of the nice dress. Now, so let's elaborate means what does it actually means. So when we are talking about the here mean what are the role as well as here the N is standing for what? So your N will be standing for the name. Then what? Here meant of the E. So E will be standing for what? So your E will be standing for the environment case. Then what? Then the common name. Of course, minute of the C. Then we are having what? So then we are having here minute of the digestive system. Okay. So the NIS. Then D. Then after that we will be having the R. So when we are telling as well as understanding means what are actually the R means. So the R will be what? So your R will be the actually reproduction case. Then so we have told about the NIS D. Okay. So it will be the digestive system. Then the R means the reproductive system. Then what? Then here meant of the S. So it will be quite a bit specialized in nature, such as here we will be having the sexes. Then what? Then the specialized features. Then what? Then the supporting features. In the last we will be having the structure. Now, so let's understand about these in terms of the elaborated form. Of course, so now when we are talking about the case of the phyla, so we are having the different types of the phylum, such as well as the phyla. So here we are going to take as well as encounter which of them. So we are going to take the particular phyla of the here meant of the Platyhelminthes. So we are often having the Aiims, etc. So we'll be understanding about that in terms of the next lecture. Now, so let's elaborate as well as understand about these means what does it literally means when we are talking about the case as well as dealing the demonstration as well as the review with reference to what? With reference to your case of the phylum of the Platyhelminthes. Now, so in this case when we are talking about the environment, so these are quite bit what? So these are quite bit particularly marine in nature. As well as these are oftenly being found with reference to what? As well as these are often particularly known as what mean in terms of your here meant of the Platyhelminthes. So your Platyhelminthes are quite a bit endoparasitic in nature. Now, so when we are talking about the endoparasite, so what does it actually mean? So the organism which is playing an important role to come as well as undertake or either arrest the body with reference in terms of the intestinal region or either it playing an important role to particularly reproduce or either particularly grow in terms of the favorable environmental condition with reference to what? With reference to its host, and in this case we will be having the host of the human being. So it will be coming under what cases? So it will be coming under the endoparasites. Okay. After that, so when we are talking about these cases, so these are literally being present with reference in the case of the certain of the human beings as well as in terms of the body of the animals. So when we are talking about the case of the example of the animals, such as we are often coming under the case of the animals, remember? So we'll be having the human being. So we are often coming under that case. After that, we are having what? So these are particularly the free living. Often what? Often these are mobile as well as what? As well as these are parasitic in nature. So when we are talking about the parasite, remember? So the particular living organism which is present in terms of the body of the organism as well as these are playing important role to acquire the sufficient amount of nutrition with reference to the host, and in this case the host rather the parental body which is playing important role to acquire the sufficient amount of nutrition will be what? So it will be nothing else but your in this case of the human being. Now, so when we are talking about the case of the common name, so the common name of your Platyhelminthes will be known as what? So this will be known as nothing else but the flatworm. Of course, minute of the body resemblance will be what condition? So it will be the here minute of the flatworm. So we have did about what of the topics. So we have did about the name. Then here minute of the common name. In terms of the environment, then we are having the digestion, of course. So when we are talking about these cases, means in terms of the digestion, that will be having what? Then we will be having the here mean of the organization. So whether it will be bearing the different types of the organization. Now, so when we are talking about these cases, meaning of the digestion, so its role in terms of the platyhelminths is what? So this particularly absorb the amount of the nutrition directly from the host or either the parental body. Remember what are actually the parental body as well as the host. Here in term when we are talking about the case of the platyhelminths. After that, when we are talking about the case of the digestive system, so the digestive system is what? So when we are talking about the case of the digestive system, so these are quite bit branched type. After that, when we are talking about these cases in terms of the excretory system, so these will be often what? So these will be often the quite bit what? Tell me. So the digestive system will be branched type, then the excretory system will be often the branched type. As well as we are having the phlegm cells. So your phlegm cells will be what in this condition? So your phlegm cells will be quite a bit specialized in nature. So we have dealt about what are of the things. So we have dealt about the name, of course, then the here main term the environment, then the common name, then what? Then the here main term what actually the digestion. Then after that we'll be dealing about what? So remember nice dress. Okay. So in this case we'll be having the reproduction. After that, when we are talking about the case of the reproduction, in the case of the platyhelminth, so these are actually what? Tell me. So these are the hermaphrodite. Remember what are actually the hermaphrodite? So the particular case of the reproduction in which the sexes are not being separated with reference in the case of the organism. So it will be coming under what case? So this will be coming under the case of the here main of the hermaphrodite. Often in this case the fertilization will be external as well as the internal. So different types of the resemblance as well as the different types of the codons will be specialized with reference to the varieties of the example. Remember, such as in this case we'll be having what? Tell me. So in this case we are having the different types of the vital courses as well as the portion in it, such as we are having here in term of what? In term of the platyhelminths, then the planaria. Often we are having the Tenia. Now, so when we are talking about the case of these cases in terms of the features, means what are actually the Tenia. Remember? So these are oftenly popularly known as the different types of the components, as well as when we are talking about the case of the Tenia. Remember? So this primary host will be what? So its primary host will be the male. Then the intermediate host will be what? So its intermediate host will be the pig. After that, when we are talking about these cases, means where does this Tenia solanum are literally being present or either found? So it will be found in terms of what of the region or either the places. So these are literally being found in the region where this particularly pork are literally being eaten. Very clearly understanding about these cases. After that, when we are talking about these cases, so their development will be carried out with reference in the case of the larval stage, such as in this case the final appropriative stage or rather the permutable amount will be what? So it will be the hexen larva. Now, so let's take and brief account. So what process will be taking place? So in this case the cross fertilization as well as the self fertilization process will be employed. But when we are talking about the case of the fertilization, so you are often very clear about that. Nothing to make you explain about that, means what actually the cross fertilization. Then what? Then the here made of the self fertilization. So it will be producing the larval stage. After that, these are oftenly having the different types of the vital codons, such as what? So in this case the fertilization will be literally promoted in terms of the oviduct. Tell me, oviduct. Very clearly understood about that. Now, so after that in this case it will be producing what? So it will be producing the macrometers, then the micrometers. So when we are talking about the here in terms of the macrometers, of course, so this will be producing what? Tell me. So your macrometers will be producing the chitinous cyst-like structure. But when we are talking about the case of the here, tell me, the here mean of the micrometer. So it will be playing an important role to promote what? So it will be playing an important role in order to form the here mean of the moralized stage. After that the formation of the hexen larva stage will be literally employed or either promoted. So this is somewhat the condition of the Tenia solanum. Now, so when we are talking about the case of these, so we have understood about the name, what are actually the name of the phyla, then the environment. Likewise, we have understood about the bit introduction, means what are actually the, tell me, the reproduction case. So you could often find here on the board here. Here is the